Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good morning or good afternoon. My name is Judge Ruppe. You are here today for court appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you've committed the crime on which you've been arrested. As you appear before me today, you're considered not guilty of what you've been charged with. That status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by the State Attorney's Office to prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you were arrested on a new charge or a warrant. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of release that will be imposed upon you. You are entitled to have a lawyer represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you can't afford to hire one, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office for you today. You're also entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or your lawyer know where you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to get that phone call, please let me know. Make sure you get that phone call today. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Very good. As I call your name, please come forward. Regina Fleener. Can I have your date of birth?
8/1994.
Okay, you are here today for a violation of probation on your petty theft case. There's probable cause for your arrest, and the probation department is recommending 60 days in jail. I'll give you credit for any time that you have in order to resolve your case. Is that something you'd like to do today?
Yes.
Okay, do you understand that by admitting that you violated your probation, you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes.
Or actually, your right to have a hearing, you're giving up your right to confront witnesses at that hearing, giving up your right to have the state prove that you violated your probation. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes.
With regards to the violation of probation, in 2018 MM 3348 for petty theft, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes.
I accept your admission. I find it's freely and voluntarily given. I'll adjudicate you guilty, revoke and terminate your probation, sentence you to 60 days in the Hernando County Jail. Give you credit for any time that you have in. Does anyone have?
She's been in since 2/28, so that she would have the full 60 days already. And Judge, we'd ask if she could continue to deny the condition 3, and we'd ask you not assess coin. She has an arson case pending.
Okay, we'll give you credit for the 60 days that you have in. You will have the cost of prosecution assessed against you, as well as if there was any restitution ordered in your case, you will still have to pay that restitution. And whether that was the case or not, but if there was restitution, that would be assessed as a lien against you. There won't be any cost of incarceration assessed against you because that was assessed in felony court. I guess we'll go ahead and do the public defender fee and appoint the public defender, even though you weren't appointed. They have appointed themselves in your case, and we will go ahead and admit the technicals only. And that should take care of this case, okay?
Okay.
Brianne Lucy.
No.
Can I have your date of birth?
4282.
You were here today for a trespass. I found probable cause for your arrest.
Yeah.
Is this something that we can clear up today?
Since it's a victim case, I know it's a store, but I don't.
What's her record?
In July of this year, she had another trespass. In January, she failed to appear. In December, she had another trespass. She was released from prison in September after serving since April. All that was in 2018. That was on an introduction of contraband. And there was, in 2017, it was just the introduction. In 2010, there was a possession of oxycodone, possession of clonazepam, introduction of contraband, a DUI, marijuana, I think, and paraphernalia. And then we have charges out of New Jersey. There was a 2005 conspiracy to possess a controlled substance, and another one in 2005, a conspiracy on a credit card crime. And then out of Tennessee, these are all unknown dispositions in Tennessee. 2007, criminal impersonation in simple possession of a Schedule II narcotic, 2 of those, possession of legend drug without prescription.
Okay, that's fine. If they're unknown dispositions, I don't really need to know those here. Ms. Lucy, I don't have an address for you. What is your address these days?
Huh?
Where do you live?
What's mine? 8421, Running Oaks Court.
How long have you lived there?
Just like a month or two.
Okay. If you want to resolve your case today, I'll go ahead and sentence you to 20 days in the Hernando County Jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. Do you want to take care of it today?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, do you understand that by taking this plea today that you are giving up the right to go to trial?
Yeah.
Giving up right to confront the witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up right to have the state prove the case against you. Do you want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yeah.
With regard to this trespass charge, how do you plead? You can plead no contest.
I guess guilty, right? Yeah.
All right, I'll accept your plea of guilty, find is freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty, send you to 30 days in the Hernando County Jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you have in. You will have fines and court costs of about $550 assessed against you, as well as the cost of incarceration for your 30 days. And that should clear up this case, okay?
All right, thank you.
I'm sorry? Let's see. I think I said 20.
I think initially
It's
it
20
was
with time served for the 2 days
20
session.
with
Deborah Nelson? Can I have your date of birth?
8957.
Okay, you are here today for domestic battery. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office. State?
No prior record, Your Honor.
Okay. I have an address for you on Marblewood Road in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes.
Okay, and that's where Charles lives as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I need to order that you have no contact with Charles for right now, okay? Don't have any contact with him by phone, email, electronically, social media-wise. Don't go within 500 feet of his residence, employment, school, or vehicle. Any way that you can imagine having contact with Charles, I forbid you from doing so. If you do have any contact with him until this case is resolved or until you hear differently from a judge, then you can be violating this order and you can be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do you understand that?
I do.
Okay. I'm going to set your bond at $100. We're going to see you back to court on November 6th at 9 o'clock in the morning. I do need to hold you until 4 o'clock today pursuant to Florida statute in case Charles wants to file any civil paperwork against you, okay?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anna Parker? Can I have your date of birth?
January 1952.
You are here today for domestic battery. I found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the public defender's office to represent you?
I don't know what to do. I've never done anything like this. I don't know what to do.
Okay, do you want a lawyer?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, I'll go ahead and appoint a lawyer. State any priorities.
Yes, all of her charges are from the 90s and 80s. They're all alcohol related, though, DUIs and that type of thing.
Okay. Ma'am, I have an address here on Rebel Street in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how long have you lived there?
I've been lost since 1993.
Okay, do you have a job?
Lived in all my life.
Okay, do you have a job?
I do, I'm doing an emergency hearing for disability.
Okay. All right, I need to order that you have no contact with Mariah Parker Duran. Okay, that's your daughter?
That is my daughter.
Okay, don't say anything else. Don't say anything else. I just need to order that you don't have any contact with her, okay? So don't call her, don't email her, don't text her, don't go within 500 feet of where she lives, works, goes to school, or 500 feet of her vehicle. I'm going to set your bond at $100. I need to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case she wants to file any civil paperwork against you. We'll see you back to court on November 6th, and you need to talk to your public defender before then, okay? Herbert Goodman. Mr. Goodman, can I have your date of birth?
1587.
You are here today for a violation of pretrial release. Found probable cause for your arrest. Do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes.
Okay. I see you have an open case, the 2019 CF1591. That was the one that had the no contact order in it. You were released ROR on that case. And because you released ROR, when you leave that jail, you agree that you're not going to get in trouble anymore. And when you do, we can revoke that freedom and that release. So I'm going to revoke your bond on 2019 CF1591. We're going to hold you in custody until you resolve that case. You're entitled to a bond on this case. I'm going to set the bond at $2,500, and we'll see you back to court November 6th at 9 o'clock in the morning, okay?
All right.
Thank you. Jesse Haynes. Can I have your date of birth?
5/7/76.
You were here today for a felony domestic battery by strangulation and domestic battery. I found probable cause.
Excuse me. I have 2 charges.
Yes, sir. They've charged domestic battery by strangulation and domestic battery. They may not be proceed on both of those charges, but individually there's probable cause for both of those right now. So do you want the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
What Public Defender's Office? State.
Your Honor, he is currently on probation, and there's a violation that's pending, and that is under 2019 CF, I believe 1630. He's placed on probation for a battery second offense on June 19th, 2019.
This charge is related to the same individual, Your Honor.
Why in the world do you think that would help? You really need to remain silent right now. Don't say anything.
In February, there was a contempt of court. In February, there was also, looks like, that battery second offense that was resolved. He was released from prison in October of 2018. He had been admitted in there December of 2016 on, looks like there was a felony driving on a suspended license. There was a domestic battery that was dropped in 2014. There's also felony driving on suspended license, possession of a controlled substance. Those originated in 2013 but were resolved in 2014. In 2011, resisting an officer without violence.
Judge, I've got a PC arrest on that violation.
That's what she said.
2010, driving on a suspended license. In 2008, again, felony driving on a suspended license. In 2007, September, he was released from prison from a December 13th, 2006 admission on a possession of cocaine. It was from 2006. Looks like he had just been released from DOC at that point in April of 2006 after having been admitted in May of 2005. 2003, there was a battery second offense. 2003, a possession of cocaine and driving on a suspended license. 2002, there was a domestic assault that was null prost. 2001, a domestic battery that was not filed. 2000, violation of probation. In 2000, there was a resisting an officer with violence. Driving on a suspended license. Looks like he was in prison from 95 to 1999. And that was on an aggravated battery from 1995. 94, violation of probation. 93, and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
I need to order that you had no contact with Shayla Jackson. Don't have any contact with her whatsoever. Do not call her from the jail. Do not send her any letters. Do not, if you do get out, do not text message. No social media contact with her whatsoever. And if you are able to resolve your violation of probation and you do get out, you cannot go within 500 feet of her residence, employment, school, or vehicle. And this means no third-party contact either. Don't tell anyone else to say anything to her. Do not relay any messages to her. Your bond on this charge is going to be $20,000 on each charge. And we're going to see you back to court on November 6th at 8:30 in the morning. With regards to your violation of probation, I'm also appointing the public defender. That's no bond, and that's the same court date, okay?
So, when I first came in, yesterday they gave me a court date for November 6th. Can you tell me what that's for also?
I don't know if you have any other cases, but the court dates for all of your cases right now in front of me, this violation of probation and these new domestic charges are November 6th at 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, well, my probation is in Pasco County, so how do I go about that?
You have another probation in Pasco?
No, my probation was transferred to Pasco.
Okay, well, you were just reporting to Pasco, right? Your probation is here.
Well, I wasn't even aware of that because they told me I couldn't. All right, thank you.
Stephen Miller?
Judge, he apparently has resolved his felony today.
Can I have your date of birth?
There are two other
558.
cases.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. What was it?
558.
Okay, very good. You are here today for a violation of probation on this misdemeanor case for a battery, and it looks like probation was recommending 1129. It looks like you have the public defender representing you on this case. And what did you want me to know, Mr. Bauer?
Judge, he also has two existing cases that I guess didn't make it to the docket. 19 MM 2176 and 19 MM 2710.
Why would they be on the first appearance docket?
Well, apparently the lawyer in felony had tried to add those two. I guess he was unaware of this violation. But I don't think they made the docket.
Okay. All right. So you want time to talk to your lawyer about this and come back to court another day?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll keep the bond at 0. We'll see you back to court on November 6th at 9 o'clock. Jeffrey Whirling?
Hi, Your Honor.
Hi, can I have your date of birth?
I'm sorry.
Your date of birth?
2/22/70.
All right, you are here today for a violation of probation on a battery charge. It looks like probation is recommending a year in jail. Do you want the public defender to represent you on this?
Yes.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office, and we will see you back to court on November 6th at 9 o'clock in the morning, okay?
Okay,
All
thank
right,
you.
thanks. Did I get everyone at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good.